wrong button.
We're getting there.
Ready to burn this entire thing to the ground.
I know, babe. You got it working, though. We're here.
Yeah. Yep, for now. Hopefully everything stays online.
It is thundering out and storming.
It's more than that, though.
Right. Just on top of it.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Absolutely nothing would power up. We had a breaker flip this morning. I had to change out power supplies. Like, this has been...
Today's kind of been a shit show for you.
Yep, you are very overexposed.
Is it?
You are. Or I am underexposed, which could be a thing too, I guess. I don't know. I don't care. Working on it, Zach.
Come on. Nope. Not doing anything I want it to do. That works.
All right, I think I have everything up that needs to be up. Oh, man. Okay, so what are we doing?
I don't know. What are we doing? Are we just getting into emails? You want to have chit chat?
I don't really have much to talk about. We can absolutely have a conversation. I have to move the camera.
Okay.
Oh no, Peaches isn't in the shot. Whatever will we do?
I think everyone would get along just fine.
Oh. How does that look? Looks good enough. Looks good enough for now because I'm tired of fucking with it. At least now I can see your face though.
Hey.
Because before I was like right behind the camera.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty excited. I got some plants today.
Yeah.
So with the days off that we've had, I have redone the kids' playroom, so now it's a learning area. I have redone the kids' room. And I have redone the plant area. So much more space for plants. I brought home a lot of guys today. I'm pretty stoked to get it going. I've been vlogging all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is the person here.
I don't even know if this is the right chat we're in. I see Zeke is in here. There are people in that chat room.
I think you're in the wrong chat, babe.
There we go.
All right, so the first one is my marriage feels like it's on fire. That sounds terrible.
It does sound terrible.
So this is from a 30-year-old male. He is retired from the Army. Thank you for your service. Has known the significant other for 8 years, married for 7. They do not have traditional roles, pink or blue jobs. SO is 29, female. She is active duty in the Army. Also thank her for her service.
Got to pause you because we got a $20 super chat.
Okie dokie.
So as always, guys, we've always had a number on the super chats and what gets interrupted. We were doing $50 before. We've lowered it down to $20. So if you guys have an opinion that you would like to have read during the live stream, $20 super chat will interrupt what we are doing. Hayden Anderson said y'all are great. So thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it. Anything under $20 will get read after the emails are done. Mm-hmm. And we may do some Q&A depending on how we feel when we get to that point.
Correct. They have one son who's about to be 6. So something about the child that impacts the story is important to know is that he was not an uh-oh baby. He was planned for over a year We call him a love child.
Okay.
The living situation, we live in a nicer house that I bought in cash from money I saved and made from stocks just before I was retired. Our child lives with us and no relatives live that close by. So this is a original email, and I'm assuming a follow-up. So, we might have actually read this already. Have we read this already?
I have no idea. Yes, and there is another update following this morning.
Okay, so the first one is I have never reached out to anyone before about issues in my marriage because they have always been small, petty problems that both of us work through and come stronger from. But now I feel like I'm falling into a void I haven't felt in a long time. My wife and I have been together for 8 years and married for 7. I am retired Army, and my wife just got re-enlisted after a 5-year break to raise our son. My wife and I met in AIT, Advanced Individual Training, or job training. At the time, she was married to another man from a different country, and I had no knowledge of that until we were in too deep.
So you started your marriage on a foundation of lies.
Holy shit.
Is that what I'm getting from that?
That's what I'm understanding.
Okay.
Person is responding. That's what it feels like now looking back.
So it sounds like now listening to it.
Yeah. I would be pretty devastated. It would fuck me up a little bit. We would spend our training days writing letters in an ancient code that I taught her so we wouldn't be found out. And every time there was a break period in training, we would spend as much time together as possible. I'm sorry, I'm trying so hard not to laugh. It's a very silly scene. Imagining 2 adults writing in secret. Totally different language. Just looks like absolute gibberish on a piece of paper. Is that something to do with the military, or is it the fact she's married?
They were 21 and 22 at the time.
Young. I do not miss my early 20s. She told me about her husband a few weeks after talking and summed it up to a young and dumb decision she made when she was in a foreign exchange program as a high school student. He said we weren't allowed to be in relationships with other trainees. That's why we had the code. Gotcha. She told me things were not good between them and she had already had the divorce in works and was ready to move on. At first, I was taken aback by it, but I really wanted to be there for her as she went through the process, and I just knew there was something about her that just fit me right. She was a missing jigsaw piece in my life, and she took me out of a very dark place in life. About 4 months after we graduated from AIT, she proposed that I move in with her, and I packed my things and drove the 14-hour trip to start this journey in my life. Things were instantly perfect, but that could be summed up to the honeymoon phase, and I was finally happy. It was the first time in my life that I can remember true, pure joy like that ever happening to me. I proposed to her about a year later and went the full mile. I am in no means an artist, but I set down a jeweler and designed a ring from scratch, and even chose a rare colored stone for the ring. It was beautiful, and I thought there was no way I could get her anything less. But this is when we hit our first real issue. Okay, so you paid for the ring? Or you proposed and that's when you guys hit the first issue?
I have to get a drink while they're responding.
We wait. Would you mind grabbing me one as well, please? Thank you. All right, everybody. Do the thing. Thank you. All right. So, yes, I bought the ring, then proposed. After that is when the issue happened. Okie dokie. We were both in the National Guard and not active duty, so that meant once a month and a week out of the year, we would have to go to our unit and fulfill our military obligations. On the drill date, 2 weeks after I proposed, she asked me to fix an old laptop of hers so she could use it for school. And I did, but I did not expect to see what I did. When I booted her laptop up, I signed her back into all her usual things so it'd be ready to go: Twitter, her high school portal, Microsoft Office. When I signed her into her Facebook, the old IMs went crazy with messages popping up left and right. I tried to be courteous and put it away, but just as I went for the X, a man's name popped up that we had discussed as an issue before. It was a guy from her basic training that we agreed should be blocked from her phone because of issues with him in the past. So I opened the message. The messages started with her trying to make small talk with him and ending with her asking him for his Snapchat.
So they're still in communication. That's foul as fuck.
What gets me even more is she is the one who initiated
Right.
the small talk and said, like, hey, let's move it to Snapchat.
Yeah.
This is why I don't believe people in monogamous relationships should have Snapchat on their phones.
I agree.
I'm good on that. That's a whole different kind of hurt. I'm sorry that happened to you. At this point, I became a bit heated and hurt. Why? Why would she do this, and why now? We shared everything. She had all my logins for everything, and I had all of hers. It was a trust thing we built entirely. Oh, it was a trust thing we built early on because we helped each other with everything. Banking stuff, school stuff, bank payments. We were a well-oiled machine ready to help each other with anything. So I did the next thing that I wasn't proud of, but was glad I did. I pulled her Snapchat history with him and only him, and I found way too much explicit images shared back and forth between them, and I couldn't handle it. I felt betrayed and defeated. I got in my car and headed down the road to where she worked at the time. Oh, man. Is this related to the issues currently going on? Or is this just backstory? Yes, not the same person, but history is repeating again. Okay. I was also an employee of the same place and called the manager to see if it was busy or an okay time to come in and talk with my fiance. He said there wasn't a soul in there and I should come down if it was important. I went inside and asked her for the ring back. Oh, fuck. You did that at work in front of other employees? This is so much for me to process.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Well, this is not the current relationship.
No, I thought this was.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I closed the Discord trying to fix the cameras. Not the same person, but history is repeating again. This is backstory for the full picture. Oh, this is the current relationship.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. She instantly became upset and I asked her to come outside with me. We sat in the parking lot as I told her all that I found and told her I won't put up with this and it would be better for me to just leave. She convinced me to stay one more night so we could talk and things got better.
Talk about what?
Right, like you cheated with somebody who we established was a problem, a threat to our relationship.
She sought that out,
She did.
which makes it even worse.
Yeah. She suggested we got rid of all social media and just focus on each other, and we did. It was an amazing milestone in our relationship, and we didn't come back to social media until 3 years later. So that was the solution. It wasn't a discussion of why she felt the need to do this or to reach out to this person, or it was just, let's delete all social media and commit to each other.
Yeah, there should have been details in that email about what they did to, like, the work through process and the conversations that were had, because I'm sure it wasn't an easy.
Right. I'm really craving garlic naan. That sounds so good.
Garlic what?
Naan. I
don't know
might be
what that
saying
is.
that wrong. It's Indian. It's a bread I get from the Indian restaurant I order from. Very good. Very just. Still typing. All right. Yes, we had that discussion. She told me at that point in her life, she had really grown to like words of affirmation from others. Oh, excuse me, I'm burpy. And she just wanted to know before we got married if she still felt that way. She said she didn't feel the same gratification from it and wanted to focus on only me.
Yeah, that's bullshit. She's using the love language terminology and twisting it into something that it's not. What that statement should have said is, I like attention.
Right. I cheated on you
To get attention.
to see if I still felt the same way.
Right.
That's foul.
But that conversation continued after she sought it out, which means it wasn't because she didn't feel that way anymore. She got caught, and that's why it stopped.
That's why it stopped.
Right. It wasn't because she didn't like it anymore.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Yeah. We got married, and 2 years into our relationship, she decided she was ready to have a kid, and I happily agreed with her after a couple of months of talking about it. Now we can fast forward to the present. I retired from the Army in 2020 due to a serious spinal injury, and I got to be home. For the last 3 years, everything has been amazing. We don't fight because everything we do or come up with, we always come together to figure out the best way to do whatever it is. But now she decided to rejoin the Army for one contract to give our finances a boost and accomplish our dream of building a home faster. Currently, we have no bills outside of a truck payment, house is paid off, and we don't have credit cards. And the only other thing we pay for is utilities, food, and phones. My wife has to go through basic training again because she has been out for 5 years and the threshold was 4 years max. On top of that, she also chose a new MOS, and it brings our total to 30 weeks spent apart with basically no communication. What does MOS mean?
He just said her job.
I understand. What does MOS stand for? Is that an acronym for something? Is it just called MOS?
Military Occupational Specialties is what it's what I just pulled up.
Okay.
Yeah.
She graduated BCT on the 25th of May and is now in AIT. But she told me that she is now confused in our relationship and doesn't know if she wants to continue being married. Okay. She met a man in BCT and he has her phone number and they text and flirt constantly whenever she has her phone. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but it feels like a pattern.
Wait a minute. You know that this is happening and you're allowing it to happen. And by allowing it, I mean you haven't been like, we're married. You need to pick a guy.
Right.
And if you can't pick, I'll pick for you.
I'm going to be honest. At this point, I'm going to be like, you've already shown me what you want. So when you get home, your things are going to be ready for you. And from there, we can figure everything out.
He said he told her to make a choice or he was done.
This is absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah.
Very disgusting behavior. She cheated on her first husband with me and is now emotionally entangled with another man under the exact same circumstances that we met. Last time we spoke, she said she blocked and deleted him from her phone and said, I know I fucked up and I know it was wrong. But still leaves me with saying she has no idea if she still wants us to work out or not. No, she's telling you. She told you the first time when she chose to reach out to this guy. The flirting continued, moved it to Snapchat, sent explicit photos, got caught. It's blowing my mind because we have never had a real fight outside of what happened 6 years ago, and I feel like that I'm losing her. Once she's already getting needs met by another person, she's already 1 foot out the door. Like, I think it's really that way with anybody, man or woman in a relationship. Once a need is being fulfilled and they are recognizing they are happier outside of the relationship than they are in it, they're already...
Yeah.
They're trying to find the best way to cut ties without severely emotionally damaging the person.
Yeah, there could be a lot of things going on here too. You know, this could be one of those things where there's a mental illness. There could be childhood trauma. You know, there could be a whole lot of things, but it sounds to me like her emotional needs aren't being met. Mm-hmm. And she's wanting to be having that exciting, flirting, like, new.
Someone chasing me.
Right.
Yeah. I have always done the best I could to provide a happy and carefree life. I used 30% of my checks to build growth in the stocks, which is what led to us paying off 1 car and buying our current house in cash. Anything she has ever shown interest in doing, I have given her full support in. And I have always kept my ground on her not having male contacts on her phone unless they were work or family. I have a Discord and host a small community of gamers from around the world, so if she wants to have a friend that is male for gaming purposes, they can join Discord. I don't see an issue with that.
Right, I don't either.
We haven't had a single issue around men or women since that one time, but now it's feeling like it's starting all over again. The hardest part of this for me is that she laid out all her options of working through this with me, where she said she can find a way around the family care plan in the army so she can take my son and keep her job. I'm at a loss here and have a horrible time at life from all of this. I never let my son see me upset because I don't want him to know about the situation, but I find time for myself at the gym or when I'm in my room to just sit and let all the pain out at once and carry on. You two are an amazing couple, and I find myself glued to your content all the time. Please, if you all have any words of wisdom or something that can help me piece this back together, I am all ears and ready for the work. Thank you so much.
So
there's an update.
Okay, before we get to that update, because that last part, we hear this a lot about people being enamored with our relationship. And I'm gonna just say this so that everybody understands that we have the relationship that we have because you and I are invested in each other. We're not invested in social media. We're not invested in who's doing what. We're not invested in other people's business. We focus on our home, our relationship, and the intimacy that we have. And sometimes that's really fucking hard. But when it's really fucking hard, we double down because that's when it matters most. We don't reinstall Snapchat and start reaching out to older friends or start going out to the club. You know what I mean? Like, we have what we have because we both want what we have.
Right.
And you can be the best person on the planet to your partner, but if your partner doesn't want to give that same effort, you will never have what we have. All right, let's get to the next part of the email, the update.
If you just downloaded Snapchat, never even opened it or logged into it, just knowing that you re-downloaded it would fuck me up pretty bad.
We would have a real problem.
Yeah.
Same if you did it.
Yeah.
If I looked over at your phone and I saw you on Snapchat, it would make me question our entire marriage.
Yeah.
Just having the app on your phone would make me question our marriage.
Yeah. So this is an update, and the time between updates is 3 days or 2 days shy of 20 days.
Okay.
The last time we spoke, she mentioned not even knowing how many male contacts she has added to her phone, and the only reason it's bothering me is because I'm not in control anymore. That's why it's bothering him, is because he's not in control anymore.
I don't understand.
Okay, so the last time we spoke, she mentioned not even knowing how many male contacts she has added to her phone.
Right.
And the only reason that it's bothering me, meaning the emailer, is because I'm not in control anymore.
Right, not in control. But what are you not in? Those are her words, the control.
Yeah.
I still don't understand. It's not registering in my brain. Is she saying that she's out of control with her addiction of men and getting chased after? Is that what you're saying? Or that you're mad? Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like she's trying to lay it out as I'm recognizing now that me not allowed to have male friends or male contacts on my phone is controlling.
He's typing. That makes no sense to me. None of that makes sense.
Okay, as he's typing, I'm going to finish this because it's just a few sentences.
Okay.
I never saw this as something controlling, but more as a boundary for our relationship. I have never needed, wanted, or thought about having female friends because she is the only woman I need or want in life. But she is constantly telling me now that she needs friends that are men too. And it shouldn't matter to me if they like her or not if she doesn't feel the same way.
Yeah, no bullshit. Bullshit. Because, dude, okay. I would not tolerate that in my life.
No, me either.
We have couple friends, and that's the extent of me being friends with me. I don't have shit in common with women.
Right.
And you can call me a misogynist, but by definition, I genuinely don't like women as a whole. I have nothing in common with them. I'm not trying to go and hang out with them and go knit and like look at the stars and make moon water. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. There's no value to that for me. So what am I, if I'm hanging out with a woman and I'm trying to be friendly with a woman, there's a fucking reason for it. And I know that not all men are like that, but most of us are.
Right. Yeah, I would go ahead and just take this as all right, you're telling me what you want. I should have taken it from the first time you showed me who you are. You can go ahead and live your life the way you want. I don't know if this is in effect yet, but I've heard that when it comes to child custody and divorces, it is now by law that judge sits down and the first thing on his mind is that the best thing for this child is 50-50 custody.
I haven't heard anything about that.
I'm pretty sure that's in effect as of the 1st of this month. That also could just be bullshit. I don't recall where I've heard it. Yeah, I don't play games like that. And you have a son. You don't want your son having a woman treat him this way. Or grow up thinking that it's okay to just be walked on like that.
Yeah. All right. I mean, you can type it out now, dude. He said there's another update since last night and all of today. Heather, you said, yes, there is a reason to hang out with anyone. Is that a typo or are you just in a disagreement? You are somebody that I value their opinion as you are a big member of the Discord community and a moderator over there. So if you have an opinion that you would like to lay out, please do so.
Mm-hmm.
That whole thing just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, that unacceptable behavior.
And trying to play that is the way that I understood before the email continued was that she was trying to make it sound like she was out of control and not in control. And that's what it sounded like to me. And then obviously the correction changed that. And you continuing the email, you having male friends and having a need to have male friends. I mean, I would never try to control that. But if you started going and hanging out with dudes that were in private, there would be a lot of problems there for me. I wouldn't stick around for that. I'm not doing that shit with women. If you can't show me the same respect, I'm not going to be here. Mm-hmm. I would rather be alone and happy than with somebody and fucking heartbroken. Oh, she said, we don't hang out with people to hang out. We have a reason, innocent or otherwise. Absolutely correct. 100% correct.
Yeah.
Or that his son would have to be exposed to all the men she starts keeping company with. I think there might have been another post above that, but I don't feel like scrolling back up to see it. In Missouri, they are moving towards 50-50. Ooh, Vivicious Nikki, good fucking point. Don't let someone show you who they are more than once.
Yeah.
Samantha Williams said, for the average person, it might be okay, but as someone who's shown they cannot have made friends, should have said male friends, respectfully, then she shouldn't have male friends. I fucking agree.
So we sent the update. Yesterday, she had her phone for an hour and spent the entire hour unlinking and booting me out of everything digital that we had together. Linked family email, social media, and even our Amazon. Today, she remade her Snapchat, made a Kick.
What's Kick?
It is a messaging app that you
Okay.
can download, kind of like WhatsApp.
Okay.
Kind of like Snapchat, very known for inappropriate conversations to happen. And spent the entire day telling me that I am overthinking all of this and you're just being stupid about it all. And now her mom texted me saying, what is this? What is the intent? And need to watch her like this. It's sad.
I don't understand that last part.
So I'm assuming that wife has reached out to her mom and is making it seem like the husband's trying to control her and she's not allowed to have friends. And now mom's going mama bear mode and is going, what the fuck are you doing? What you're doing is disturbing. Quit trying to control my daughter. During that entire hour, she had her phone yesterday and never contacted me at all. On top of all of this, she said she was DMing a man on Discord. And the conversation ended with him talking about masturbation.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. It's time to sever ties in this.
Yeah, I'm good.
She's telling you what, dude. People will show you. They will show you by their actions.
Oh, come on, fucker.
I would love to give you all kinds of great positive information here on how you can fix this and how you can try to save your marriage, but her actions are showing you that she's not interested in that. It's time to start reaching out to lawyers.
Yeah, very scumbaggy behavior. Icky.
Yep. Zach said, to be fair, she showed you who she was when you met. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Withholding her relationship status. Yep. I would have dipped the moment I found out she was married. If she was upfront and was like, look, I'm married to a guy overseas. Marriage is non-existent. I'm working on getting a divorce. If she was upfront about it, the whole situation could have been perceived different.
Say divorce.
Divorce.
Do it one time.
Divorce.
When you don't smile, you do that. One more time. Do it without smiling.
I can't. I gotta get serious. Hang on. Divorce.
I never thought that would be sexy. God damn it. That word's now allowed to be discussed in this house, but not in terms of us.
Yeah.
It's the lip curl.
Is it?
I've noticed that you did that since we were just friends.
Yeah.
And I always thought it was hot, but like, anyways, so stupid.
I like that you like the way my mouth moves.
I really do. That and your neck. You have a long neck.
I do. Very giraffe-like.
The hardest part about all of this is she cannot have any custody of her son while she is in active duty. She will be family care planned out, which means this was all ruined for nothing. It's not ruined. You have a child. You can be a father and you can teach this kid the right way to be.
Right.
You can set an example. You can lead. Mm-hmm. You have the ability to do that. Your house is paid for. You have money. Your car is paid for. You obviously understand finances. Like, you are in a position to set your kid up to be very well off in life.
Yeah.
And if she's active duty, you got full custody. Mm-hmm. I don't understand what the problem is. Like, I mean, I know that it sucks. It's gonna be hard on the kid, but like,
it is. Yeah.
I don't know why somebody said I'm the man, Chris. You guys rock. I don't know what I did, but I'm glad that I'm the man, I guess.
I've been showing her you guys' videos around 4 months before she left for BCT. And now she says she can't stand the videos because you guys see relationships the same way I do. You know, be mad.
Yeah, because we look for healthy relationships because we don't think that it's okay to not be monogamous.
It's because we can't stand for what she's doing. Kind of relationship that you guys had in the beginning that she agreed to is not this. I would diggity dip. Our kids started preschool this past year, and that time out of the day allowed us to get back to the people we were before. And now that feels like it was all for naught. If you keep focusing on it, it feels like it's for nothing. We did all of that for nothing. No, you tried. You devoted yourself to this woman. You made a promise in your vows, and you did everything you could to save this marriage. So at this point, you have a choice. You can either stay in this marriage and be walked on and just know that your wife is flirting around, sending inappropriate photos, and possibly sleeping around. And you're going to stay in this marriage because you're so focused on it's all for nothing.
I think that's a very, very likely scenario. The sleeping around aspect. This is one of those times where it's time to just sever ties.
Yeah.
Get a lawyer.
This is one of those things you just accept that
Yeah.
sometimes people are just really shitty people.
I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. He's going to be right back. And I'm going to take a hit. I got so many plants today, guys. I'm so excited. I got some white knights that I'm pretty stoked about. I almost screamed in the plant garden when I saw them. I'm thinking I should take a tolerance break. Take a hit for Baked Danny, please. All right, Danish. This is for you, homie. How many people are watching?
252.
All right, so while you're gone, he typed out a little bit more. He said, I lost 65 pounds in 3 months to lose weight. I had put on over the last 3 years, and I've been hitting the gym hard, both for myself and to give her a better me. I'm not going to quit the gym because I need this for me, and my kid loves the gym time. He has a lot of friends there. I have done nothing but work on me and the issues in me to provide her with the best possible me I could give. I feel betrayal at the highest caliber and don't know how to bounce back from this. I just have to keep moving forward. I don't let my kids see me break down, but I have times where I can't stand from the pain and just have to lay on the ground. I get it. And before you know it, that laying on the ground is going to become sitting on the ground. And then you're going to sit on the bed. And then it's going to become a passing thought of, I can't believe that I let her do it to me more than once. And then you're going to be with a new woman. And she's going to look at you and say, I can't believe you allow yourself to be treated that way by her. I would also feel betrayed at the highest caliber. That's disgusting, very disgusting behavior.
I don't know where to go from here. You go to a lawyer.
A lawyer.
That's where you go. You need to start initiating the divorce and start getting your life back together, dude. She's shown you who she is and what she wants. And if she thinks that you're controlling her by setting boundaries and expectations, and you're okay with that,
Don't
and you
cheat on
decide
me.
to stay, you are giving up your boundaries to make her happy. You're gonna be fucking miserable anyways. I know you had a back injury, but don't let that be a fucking reason to not stand up for yourself, dude.
No. My TikTok has become cute dog videos and goofy cats and fat pandas because I need that little bit of dopamine release when I'm on social media because some people's lives just make me very sad.
Yep.
I have September by Earth, Wind, and Fire stuck in my head. I'm over here just jamming. I love my little world. All right. He said, after all the assets are split, I won't be left with much. The VA won't let me work because of the injuries, and I have only that VA income to rely on. I do what I can now with the stocks, but it isn't much. I have to think about getting the kid and I into a new house, but that seems so hard right now.
Choose your hard.
I would offer just, hey, can we be roommates? You can do your thing.
I wouldn't even offer that. I've started over. I've been
Yeah.
in his position. Sometimes that's just what the fuck needs to happen. It's not going to be the end of the world. It's going to suck for a little while, but doesn't your life currently?
Yeah.
You're going to suffer one way or the other. Choose your suffering.
I would rather suffer like super hard, like fuck this for a little bit to live a pretty dope life for the rest of it
Yep.
versus just having a mediocre hardship for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Zeke said, do you remember 21st September? I feel like there's not more that I can say to this.
I mean, there's not. I think
Yeah.
we should probably move on to the next one after he's done typing.
All right.
Don't you have that damning evidence? Photos, texts, phone data won't count. Well, then how are you supposed to get texts?
Right. What is classified as photos? Do you need like a photo of her licking a lollipop?
Somebody said, what was that quote Chris keeps saying? You change when the uncomfort from where you are is bigger than the discomfort of changing. No, I say that when the discomfort of changing is greater than the discomfort of staying, you'll change.
Mm-hmm.
I like this thing.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Someone said, I just can't, in good standing with myself, bring a child into this world without knowledge that they will have the best peace-driven childhood. So you will never have kids because you have you can't control that. Who's to say that you have everything perfectly set up and you have a kid and it comes into the world and has a heart defect?
Mm-hmm.
So you just don't breed. If that's really how you feel, like I wouldn't bother having kids because you can't control that. You could literally have everything in place and then something could go wrong. You're supposed to love your kids and do the best you can.
Life is unpredictable.
He said, "Thank you guys so much for reading this and telling me what you think. It really helps to hear it from outsiders. Her family has started to make me feel like I was the one in the wrong here. Of course they were, because
she's lying.
Right. She's probably making you out to be the bad guy so that she doesn't look like she's doing foul shit, so that she can get, you just need to leave him, do you, girl,
right?
Whatever. And they're making you out to be the victim.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with standing your fucking ground, dude.
There's really not.
I don't understand that shit. All right, let's go to the next one, if you don't mind.
Okay. Is everybody ready? Do we have everybody in the chat?
Do I stop all contact from here? I gotta be honest, I don't know about all contact, but I would definitely go see a lawyer and see what the lawyer says.
I would set the boundary of we will communicate about the child.
Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, that needs to be the thing after the lawyer.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest, I would talk to the lawyer first. All right.
Okay. Am I just getting into it?
Yeah, the second person's here, so. Do we only have 2 emails tonight, Zach?
Yes.
Oh. I thought there were so many.
Right, I've seen a lot of them come in.
Yeah, I did too. A lot of forms, 2 payments. That makes sense.
All right, so getting into the next one, the emailer is a female, retired nursing assistant, stay-at-home wife and mom of 5 years, has known the significant other for 12 years, together for 11 years and married for 8.
Okay.
They do have pink blue jobs. Significant other is a male. He is a behavioral specialist and private security. They have 4 children, 21, 14, 8, and 5. And they own a home. My husband is 40 and I am 33. I suffered from abuse as a young girl, resulting in self-image issues and a lack of confidence with intimacy, meaning any physical contact. This is not to say I've had an aversion to it, quite the opposite. I used to seek it out to feel loved and protected, resulting in me getting married at 17, a mom at 19, and divorced at 23. That's so much life experience in a short amount of time. My ex-husband and I were not a good fit. He took advantage of me on many occasions in many ways. We grew up together, and I felt like he was more like a brother to me as I matured and saw him for who he was. More importantly, I did my own self-reflection and saw how much I was enabling his self-destruction. Soon after, I met my current husband and was taught what a real man was supposed to be like. Well, I think it's that, and also I'm assuming that he was also 17. I hope you didn't get married to a 28-year-old when you were 17. I learned that what I could give him to show my love was more than just my body, but my mind and emotional management and friendship and a real partnership. He has given me a life I've never thought was possible. I was able to work through my past with his help. I went to therapy to help close up some wounds, but it seemed not to help in this particular issue I continue to have. I still hate who I am. I hate what I look like. I hate that I've been where I've been and done what I've done. I don't know quite how to explain it, but intrusive thoughts about the past I've had, or my intense urges about how my stomach moves, what my face looked like, or my eyes are doing in a time of intimate nature, any kind, even hugging, kissing, or more intimate. I do acts of physical love, but I am just so self-conscious about who I am physically, and I want to crawl out of my flesh sack and get a new one like a hermit crab. I've talked to him and prayed, done all the things one could do, but what I'm doing clearly doesn't work. Is it that you're overweight, or
Sounds like she just hates herself.
are you just okay? Sometimes I'm convinced he married me because he felt sorry for me. Other times I look back at how I looked and think, damn, I was really a lot more beautiful than I realized, and feel subconscious that I'm not that anymore. It's a cycle as the years have gone by. He's gorgeous, like a freaking Greek model, and I'm over here all aging like feta.
Okay, let's pause for a minute because there's a lot there.
Yeah.
First and foremost, you will never be as beautiful as you are right now.
No.
Again, you will never be as young. You'll never be as vibrant. The person that you are right now will never exist again.
Correct.
So you need to own that. When you look back on your older pictures and go, man, I was this, I was that, and I didn't see it.
You're doing that right now.
You're doing it right now. You need to accept the fact that this is who you are. You have your body. You can't change that. You have to learn to love yourself. If you see this man as a Greek god, as you put it, and you think that he is just all fucking high and mighty,
He chose you.
Do you think that he would choose something that he didn't love and wasn't attractive to? If he could have someone else, he would have had them. Like you are what he wants. And to think that somebody would out of pity exchange vows to be with you for the rest of your life and have the kids that you have, that's your brain telling you bullshit.
It is. It really is. My fucking ears are hurting. I'm tangled up in everything. How might one change a mindset like this? I know it's getting in the way of our growth, as he knows me better than I know myself sometimes. And clearly he can tell that I'm not into that aspect of our relationship always or sometimes. If you can understand where I'm going, making him not want to continue with the joint ministry and fellowship.
I have lots of thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's a lot to process. A lot going on in my brain. You can, if you have your thoughts.
There's a lot to say in that.
Yeah.
First and foremost, if you love this man and you know that he loves you, why not devote yourself to that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's days that I hate myself. Like, I have body dysmorphia. I see myself much bigger than I actually am. And when I see myself in video, like when we're editing photos and shit, like I rip myself apart
Yeah.
constantly. But there are days where like you get a vlog of me in the gym and I see the size of my back and I'm like, I really don't look as bad in my head as I think I look. But it also comes down to the fact that I know that you are super into me.
Oh, yeah.
So I have no problem taking my clothes off in front of you or doing my husbandly duties ever because I know that you're fucking into me. I can feel you grabbing my back muscles and shit. Like, I'm not oblivious to that. And no matter how much I hate myself, I love you more. I'm not going to ever do something that's going to make you not enjoy our marriage. And that's putting it as calmly as I can.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I definitely have those days where I look at myself, I'm like, ew. And I'm wearing sweatpants, I'm wearing baggy shirts, I'm trying to not have to look at myself. And those are days where I definitely go out of my way to love up on you a little bit more. I don't know. Because I know you love me and you're into me the way that you are. I get it.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I do too. I try to devote, and I do devote myself, but there are fleeting thoughts as he touches me that he can tell I'm fighting, and I know it hurts him. Because you're making a decision to do that. Instead of accepting the fact that this man loves you, and if he didn't love you and he didn't want you, he wouldn't be touching you.
Yeah.
If he thought you were gross, do you think that he would be actively trying to like lay with you, like, or caress you, or touch you, or see you without your clothes on? You know what I mean? Like this is the enemy of you in your head.
There are men out there who will outright say, I'm not attracted to my wife anymore.
That's insane to me.
Who will
I mean,
tell
I guess
them.
it's not because we hear it, but
Yeah. He will tell the wife to her face, you don't do it for me anymore. You put on weight, whatever is going on. Or they'll just avoid touching her. He's into you. He's trying.
I could never imagine saying some shit like that to you. If you started getting to a point where I was not attracted to you because of weight or something, I would be like, all right, that's it. I'm throwing away all the sugar. Like, we're not doing carbs anymore for at least 6 months. We're going to cardio every morning. And if I was that unhappy with you, regardless of how I felt about me, I would make you do those things. And I would do them with you. And I would suffer with you. I don't want to lose what we have. And
Right.
I know that, like, we both have body image issues. So knowing that I feel the way that I do and you feel the way that you do, when you're like, let's diet, I support that shit. I'm not going to cheat on it. Like, I will match your energy to a T. But even though you're currently 20 pounds heavier than you want to be, you're still hot as fuck to me. So that's not a thing. If you wanted to lose that 20 pounds, I support that shit. Let's go. Like, I'm down to lose the 20 pounds with you. I just don't, I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. I think that I make the decision to not allow my body issues to affect our intimacy.
I agree with that.
What do you guys do to change this mindset and not give in to the devil? You remember that if he didn't want you, he wouldn't touch you. And in that moment, embrace that. This man is touching. He could be touching another woman right now.
Yeah.
And instead he's choosing to touch you.
He could be looking at his phone right now.
Right. He could, yeah, exactly. He could be like the last emailer, fucking blowing up other women. That, you know what I mean? Like that, you need to remember that in those moments. This is your motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a sense of ownership in our marriage. And I know that people are, you can't call her your woman. It's ownership, blah, blah.
I love it when
No,
you do
it is
that.
fucking ownership. You are my woman. You are my wife.
Yeah.
You don't belong to the streets. You don't belong to the internet. You don't belong to some other fucking dude. You're mine. I'm going to do everything I can to make you happy. And like, if that means taking my shirt off, even though I feel like I'm 350 pounds in front of the TV, because that's the glow you like, that's what I'm going to do.
The chest hair just.
Right.
Perfect.
If your person didn't want you, they wouldn't touch you. They wouldn't be intimate. That
They wouldn't put the
closeness
energy
wouldn't
into
be
the
there.
attention.
Right. It would be towards other people. I don't know. That's a tough one. And that body image shit sucks.
It does.
So what you do is you work on yourself during the times that he's not touching you, and when he is touching you and you are having those intimate moments, embrace it.
Yeah. You choose to ignore the negative thoughts. Yeah.
That the confidence that comes with diet and exercise and like reclaiming your body and having that health goes a long fucking way.
It does. It really does.
Both of us at the peak of our healthiness 20 pounds ago, 25 pounds ago, felt way better about ourselves naked than we do currently.
Yeah. I felt really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still okay.
No, you're still banging. We still look,
I like the motion of the ocean.
we
right
look
now.
good together.
I am definitely trying to do the weight thing though.
Yeah.
Lose the weight. I am day 2 of losing 20 pounds. We'll see how that goes.
I really think this comes down to doing the work on yourself, and when that's not happening, to try to solidify that growth. You know what I mean? Like, you have to start making changes to be better if that's what you're craving. But you need to accept in the moment that your man loves you and this is what he wants, because if he didn't, he wouldn't be trying. You know how many people are in a roommate phase in their marriage that has no desire to be with their person? And this man is obviously into you and touching you and trying. He obviously has a thing for you. Like, embrace that shit.
You have to literally tell yourself that you are beautiful and you are worth it. And this man's into you and he finds you attractive.
Yep.
There are times, so I like sending you surprise photos. And there are times where I take pictures of myself and I'm like, oh, wow, I'm not, never mind. I'm going to nix this idea. And I'm like, no, it's a cute little surprise for him. It's a little intimate thing. And I know you're going to enjoy the photo no matter what. So I always just send it. And it always is just like a damn babe. Like, that's mine.
Yep. Every time.
Thank you.
Every time.
It is worth it for me to push past my insecurity if it helps you feel loved in our marriage.
Right.
Or wanted in our marriage. Or attracted to.
Yeah, it does. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it does. It makes me feel wanted. Even if we have the kids and there's not an opportunity for us to have that kind of time in the evening, or it's 3:00 in the morning when we finally go to bed, and I know that that's not going to be an option, but I know that message came through at 2:00 in the afternoon. You were thinking about it. Mm-hmm. You were thinking about me enough to send me a dirty picture. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that shit goes a long way. It means a lot. Mm-hmm. That also comes down to perception.
It does. It does. I don't think I have any other advice on that.
Yeah, I don't either. I think you need to embrace the fact that he could be talking to or touching any other woman, and he's choosing
Yes.
because he's into you. And if he wasn't, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing. All right, let's read some super chats. Unless she has another question, because she's not typing right now. So I'm going to move over to the other chat real quick while she is typing, and we'll bang out these supers. Gabe said, I love your political talks and doomsday prep talk. I appreciate that. We enjoy those kind of conversations a little bit too.
They are fun for us.
Me, exclamation point, said, you guys help a lot of people. You're awesome. Caitlin said, I am so excited to be a part of this community. Thank you guys for everything that you do on all of your platforms. Hopefully I can get Patreon soon. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday weekend.
It is a holiday weekend.
We will have a great holiday weekend because we spent a lot of money on fireworks.
We did.
And we are going to have the other parental units over, and we'll have both kids and both halves of the family under one roof, and we'll probably do pizza or something, and then
pizza.
Lots of fireworks, and the patriot that I am will be lighting off explosives because that's always fun.
I got myself a little American flag bow to wear in my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the kids got sunglasses they're pretty excited about.
Did you open those earmuffs? We need to try those on the
Are they
kids
here?
tomorrow. Yeah, that's what came. I told you this morning. That package that was for me that you got off the porch was the earmuffs.
I don't think I even registered you saying that.
You were like, okay, babe. I told you that's what it was.
Huh. I didn't retain it. Crazy.
Ann said, only doing $10 so you don't interrupt to read, LOL. I want to support an amazing couple that I totally resonate with. And then she sent an additional $10.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah, thank you for that. You guys, the super chats mean a lot.
They do.
What means the most, though, is sharing the content. The more people that can get their hands on what we're doing, whether they vibe with us or not, is going to help the channel grow. So thank you for that. Let's go back to the chat. Thank you, guys. You did enough. Well, that's that. We are done with the...
Okay.
I'm going to go back to the other chat with Zach just in case supers come through, but...
It's super early.
Oh, Jordan just sent us a super. Finally home from vacation, and after introducing my brother to the show, he's watching now and subscribed. Love that.
Welcome, Jordan.
Jordan's brother.
2.0.
Jordan, I'm glad that you had a good weekend up there. Did you listen to 4,000 Weeks on your way home? I have to run through that book again. That book hit me with something so fucking profound that I had to pause the radio. And I was silent for a good 2 or 3 minutes, and you were like, babe, were you going to say something? And I was like, nope, I'm processing. And like 20 minutes later, I was like, okay, here's what I just processed. And I laid it all out, and like, I need to listen to that chapter again because I want to have a discussion about that on Ruminations and Revelations.
Yeah, that was a lot to process.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a very deep thought.
Yes, and it makes a lot of sense.
Right. Yeah, we need to have a conversation about that.
There is a text message about the children that I'm going to be reading.
Okay, well, I'm going to read a super chat from Cerulean Firefly. Don't have a lot to spend or a lot of brain power for a few weeks, but still wanted to send a little thank you tonight. Have a great holiday. Thank you. I hope you have a happy 4th as well. Vanessa Ruiz, would you rather have a hurt foot or a Hershey squirt? I would rather have a hurt foot.
Yeah.
Because I can deal with a little bit of pain. I'm not trying to question my farts.
Yeah, hurt foot.
Jordan said he finished it today, but he wants to listen to it again, though. Glamourcraft said, what is Ruminations and Revelations about? Ruminations and Revelations is our episodes that releases on Fridays. We have 4 of them currently recorded. 3 of them, I believe, are out. It's literally just the side piece renamed. It's a reason for us to sit down and have a discussion that doesn't bounce off emails so that we can have thought-provoking conversations with each other. We just record it. So sometimes it works out really well. Sometimes it's a complete fucking disaster, but...
Yeah, we just see where it goes.
Yeah.
I'm sharing you guys the punishment that I'm doling out to our daughter right now. She wanted to be sassy and give attitude to dad. So I was like, tell her I'm eating the last banana. That's going to hurt her.
There are no bananas. I ate the last one earlier.
Perfect. She's going to be devastated.
Sabrina said, hydration check, 20-pound challenge, 100 ounces for me. Sarah O said, how long do you think is acceptable to wait and publicly announce you're in a relationship after divorce? Children are involved and obviously co-parenting too with the thought of repercussions. I don't think that there's a set time. I think that that's a very individual thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that you're also going to have to take in consideration that if the other person hasn't moved on yet, that there could be hurt feelings, and that's just never an easy thing. It's just not. But there's not a set time. Megan said, my husband is in the military and gone right now, but I told him all about this podcast. We're listening now and talking about it together. I love that.
I love that too.
Corey said, what chapter gave you the profound thought, Chris? Corey, I actually talked to you about this in Discord in the men's group, and it was the conversation about your life being a series of moments that you pay attention to versus experiences or what your life is, because life is not your reality. Your perception of reality is nothing more than what you pay attention to.
Correct.
So your reality is what you give attention to. But it was a much longer conversation. It ended up taking us about 45 minutes to have that whole talk. And I need to listen to it again, and I need to take notes to really process my thought process on that, because I want to have a discussion on the pod about it, because it went deep.
Yeah.
So, and I may hear it again and it may not trigger that thought process again. So it may not be the same. I really wish I had a vlogging camera on when that happened, but I didn't, because we didn't have him with us that day. So Katrina Brown said, I joined Patreon and finally figured out Discord yesterday. You are both amazing, and I am thankful for you both. I'm glad that you are in Discord.
Me too.
Has Chris looked into getting his Mercedes after you both hit 100K?
I don't know. Have you?
Possibly.
I think you did mention it. Yeah, I recall the conversation. I'm excited for you.
I'm down to my goal weight, but I want to get in shape. I can't afford a gym membership. What yoga does Peaches use? Instead of doing yoga, if you're trying to gain, like to get in shape, look into TRX suspension straps. Yoga's dope for being bendy and shit, and it can definitely build like body strength. But the TRX straps are cheap. They're $130. You buy them once, you'll have them forever.
I'm over here daydreaming about going to another Lowe's tomorrow to look at plants.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found the White Knights. I want to find the Princess one. It's pink and green.
Oh.
What? What is it? I don't know. Let's find out. It's a bunch of yawns. I'm so tired. Oh, look, it's Jenny. What is that?
This was the package that was at the post office that I picked up the other day.
Oh! I'm excited. Okay. I'm so excited.
All right, before you open that, I have 2 super chats to read.
Okie dokie.
One from Gabe that says, "Glory to God and Him using all for His kingdom, using y'all for His kingdom." The other one was from Great Wolf. "Raise a glass and explosive one day and a rifle the next. Hope y'all enjoyed the Brian box." This is the Brian box. This is what she's opening right now. I totally forgot that was here because we've been fucking doing so much that I didn't bring it in here like I should have.
So, oh my goodness. Look at that. He's bigger than my head.
What is that?
It's a basket.
Okay. Random weird shit that people find.
Look at him.
He's even got the right color clothes on.
Right, he's got the hoodie on. And it has pockets.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love it. I'm obsessed. Thank you for that. That's
Yeah.
cute.
Is there more in there?
Yes, there
Okay.
is. Oh.
I think I know what that is. Dude, did you actually buy that thing?
Messy.
Oh, man. If that's what it is, that is exactly what I think it is. He bought it.
What is it?
This is going to get hung.
Yeah?
I'm pretty pumped about this. You're going to like this. I did. I
Okay.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, please.
Don't cut yourself.
Good call.
Ooh, oh boy, needs sharp. Needs to be sharpened.
Okay. Stop it.
That's fucking cool as shit, right?
I love that.
He's pooping.
And it's on like a textured
Yeah.
paper. Oh, what is he reading?
We can replace the Superman that sits above the toilet or put him on the opposite wall. So we have the Super Pooper and Brian Pooper.
I love that. Yeah.
I'll put him on the opposite wall.
I'm here for it. That is fantastic.
That's dope as shit, right? He sent me a photo of that, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome. I didn't think that he was actually going to buy it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great.
Huh. Did you guys like that giggle of me? Of me not cutting?
He said Tasha actually hand sewed that fur onto the hoodie. It was supposed to have "To Be Better Brian" on it, but the circuit broke.
I still love it. Thank you. I am super stoked about that.
I think it's super cool that people send us shit.
Me fucking too. The little picture that Zeke sent me with the
Creed song?
Yes, with
Yeah,
the Creed
fire.
lyrics on it. I had it sitting, the room's been rearranged because wire management. It was sitting on the same wall that we come into. So when I'm sitting in my chair, I can look at it and I read it to myself and I go, it's so funny. I love it. Little chuckle I give myself in very serious moments.
You guys have anything that you would like to discuss? We just got a new patron. Love that.
Patron?
We activated the ability for people to pay for Patreon for the year in advance versus paying monthly. So for people who would like to do that, that is an option. It saves you 10%.
Mm-hmm. So, Dad told Princess that there's no more bananas now. And he was like, oh my God, what wizardry? And I was like, this is punishment. Take a tablet. They have imagination.
Yeah.
Your favorite fruit? Oh no, I'm going to eat it. Get fucked. The fruit will replenish when you act right.
Yeah. I don't like how close that camera is. We need to sit
Your camera?
mine. We need to sit down in here at some point and
Fiddle.
redo all this shit. Well,
I have Shaggy stuck in my head.
what?
Shaggy. The artist Shaggy. Wasn't me. That's the song.
So, what do you guys what would you like to talk about? As we're just sitting here staring at the chat.
You know what I've thought about? So he has the song Wasn't Me, which is about him getting caught cheating on his girlfriend. And then he has the song Angel, which I'm fairly certain is on the same album. Like, did you write the song Angel for the girl you cheated on?
No idea.
Shaggy, I need answers, please.
Oh man, Ann Larson sent us another $10 with a heart.
Thank you,
Ann. We appreciate that. We posted some pictures of our trip to the garden.
I have not posted mine yet. I haven't even edited them. Ooh, I might do that tonight.
I don't like
Ooh, am I too?
the way that this looks.
Oh yeah, don't show all that.
I don't know. We need to sit down and figure out these cameras.
We do. I see the little super chats come in. And I'm like, ooh, that's a plant. Ooh, that's a plant.
Got to be careful with that.
Why?
Because people think that you have to pander to get plant money and that I don't give you money for plants. Can you talk about what to do? Can you talk about what to do when your partner has an insane workload? Oh, they deleted it.
It just jumped.
No, they
Oh,
deleted
it's gone? Okay. They are on the same album. I knew it.
Can we talk about outgrowing family members? Sure, we can talk about that. What would you like to talk about it? What do you mean outgrowing family members? Sometimes people just don't need to be in your fucking life.
Ooh. Get this song out of my head. They call me Mr. Bombastic. Delete bombastic. Mr. Romantic. Delete bombastic. When I don't know the words, I just filibuster to the next point.
Kalista said, we need to write you an email. You do need to write us an email. Get after it. What are you waiting on? Lorraine said, Chris gives you anything you want because you deserve anything. I fucking try. I really try. What's your favorite song on the new Jelly Roll album? I don't have a new favorite song on that. I got to be honest, I've only listened to the new album once. I have not had a whole lot of time to listen to music because I have been more like majorly depressed and I'm trying to get myself out of that, and audiobooks has been my go-to.
Yeah.
That and YouTube. So I have not, I gotta be honest, I've listened to maybe 45 minutes of music in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And most of that was gym time, and it was the same 4 songs over and over and over again while I was lifting.
Yeah, you have the same playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear something silly?
Sure.
Ever since that D&D campaign, every time Africa by Toto comes on, I can't not sing it with a very hardcore lisp.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in my car going, I felt the rain down in Africa.
Jade Bailey said, I need help communicating with my fiance without being emotional. He says a lot that I freak out or I am all over the place and he gets stressed out and angry. You guys need to implement the check-ins. Take notes about what you want to talk about. Write it down so you have it like planned out ahead of time and you can just say what you need to say while reading it versus like throwing it off the top of your head while in an emotional state. Goes a long way. Lynn said, since finding you guys, I've been putting in more work on my personal growth with my siblings and my mother. However, tend to stay in the drama and have no drive to move forward in life. So write her off. Vanessa Ruiz, plant bucks for peaches. Gabe Middleton, what do you guys think about organized religion? We actually don't like organized religion. Organized religion
Makes me uncomfy.
is a man-made concept. It
Very,
doesn't say in the Bible to be religious. It says in the Bible to have a relationship with God.
yeah, very muddied.
And we all know what happens when you bring other people into your relationship. How does that work out? Nowhere in the Bible does it say to have a threesome with the Holy Spirit.
Damn, you right.
All right.
Zeke's in the chat said, "Oh, look out. I think Moto likes you." I love that movie. That's such a good movie.
Jordan says, what days are you lifting this week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we lift, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday we do cardio right now.
What time Monday?
Whenever we decide to lift, because I'm not lifting with Sean tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. Right. I'm not lifting with Sean tomorrow, so whenever we want.
Okay. What's tomorrow?
Monday.
Right, but what?
Oh, back day.
So I have that pinched nerve in my back. I don't know how hard I can go, if I can go.
I'll lift without you if I need to.
So we'll fuck around and find out. What is grunt style t-shirts?
It's a clothing brand. It's a kind of like Relentless Defender. Audio book suggestions, Omnivore's Dilemma. Alex Bryce, do you like grunt style t-shirts? Can I send some? Yeah, you can send them to the P.O. Box. I don't know where that went.
My mind went, we have a P.O. box?
Yeah. Yep.
We have a podcast? That stupid dance. I made a TikTok because we were joking around and Danny was like, you guys should make a podcast. And there's that TikTok meme going around of like the dude dancing going, I don't know, maybe. And I kind of want to learn that dance.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They'll understand.
Lorraine said, I just loathe struggling while living with my ex mental wise. I feel stuck. I get that. But this is temporary.
We have a podcast?
Shit is temporary. We went to the grunt style store in Destin, Florida on our trip. I'm pretty sure my husband was in heaven. In terms of grunt style, she would wear a small and I would wear a 2X.
I would, yes, correct.
I haven't wore a grunt style t-shirt in a long time. Fun fact, they have a t-shirt that says sticks and stones are made of bones, but hollow points expand on impact. And when they were still allowing you to put your logo on their shirts, I had shop shirts made with that on the front of it on their clothes that they printed my logo on the back of.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
That was like 11 years ago. No, it was probably like 8 years ago.
Time is strange.
Yeah. Katrina Shield said, can you believe you have 105,000 people who have subscribed? Y'all deserve so much. I can believe that we have that because I've seen it. What I can't believe is how few people actually show up to our live streams.
Same.
I want to thank you both for helping me get out of a toxic relationship. I love that. Can we talk about what to do when your partner is everything you want in a man, but works an insane workload and struggles to turn off from work and be present in the initiate intimacy with you? Sounds to me that the issue is not that he works too much, is that you're lonely and you want more intimate time, and that's the conversation that needs to be had. We've talked about that. There's lots of videos on our page about that.
Are you hungry?
I mean, I have eaten once today.
That doesn't answer my question.
I could eat. I'm not.
That was my house slipper.
It's stupid that more people aren't watching, and also more people haven't liked this live. I mean, I don't know. It kind of sucks that we have so many followers and so little people that actually engage. But could you imagine how like hectic this would be when if there's 1,000 or 3,000 people in here trying to chat? We would miss so much.
It would be nonstop.
The day that we hit 100,000, it was like that. There was like just 2,000 people in here fucking going berserk, and we couldn't keep up.
Excuse me.
She said, to be fair, empathetically, of course, it's a holiday weekend. I'm just saying. Oh, how can I initiate that conversation with him without him making him defensive? Do the check-ins. Go to our YouTube or our Facebook page, our website, tobebetter.co. Mm-hmm. There's a video there that explains the check-in and a PDF download. Sit down and have the conversation. I would like to have a check-in with you. This is a report card that we can talk about our marriage and how everything is going. This is not a time to get defensive. It's a time for us to be honest with each other, so you know what we need to work on to be better. That's why we created it. It's why we put all this shit together. That's the go-to for everyone to start. It's a starting point.
It is a starting point.
Does lurker count? I don't say or interact in chat. I mostly listen and play video games. From Dark Mermaid 90. I'm just glad you're here. The fact that you're here works because it shows that there's people and watching. Mm-hmm. Been binging your podcast lately. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm going to read this, and then I want to read an email we got.
Okay.
Been binging your podcast lately, and you guys were talking about Jinkos. My husband was wearing Jinkos and a corn shirt the night we met. I dug up an old photo. We tried on all my old Jinkos.
Yeah.
And they are all 4 to 6 sizes too big because when I bought my last set of Jinkos, I was a size 46 waist because I was fucking a whale.
I was thinking that I could tailor them to fit, but the way the pockets sit.
Yeah, we'll just order new ones if we buy them.
Oh, I look so good in Jinkos. Karate kick. Yeah. Cobra Kai.
Damn, maybe I didn't screenshot the email.
No.
I thought I did. Oh, wait. I've been listening to your podcast at work. I manage a vape shop / dispensary, and I generally spend a lot of time listening to podcasts and things like that because of the amount of time we have without customers. I had yours playing when a young woman came into the shop, and I offered to turn it off, but she asked me to leave it on. She spent some time in there, way more than she needed, looking at products, and abruptly she said she needed to go get her husband. She did, and then asked me to rewind the section of the podcast. The husband sat down on the couch with her, and they spent the next hour and a half in my shop listening. When it finished, they had this delicious conversation that ended in tears, and then both apologizing to each other about the issues that they were having. And then subbed to you both on your YouTube and TikToks before they left, saying that this perspective could save their marriage. I wanted to say thank you. Love the work that you are doing, and to get to witness that work in real time is something that I will forever cherish. Y'all are amazing and appreciated more than you know. And the email that sent that her name was Elizabeth.
Could you fucking imagine?
I can't. And I can't. I would love to be on a fly on the wall for people having those realizations, because there's a lot of emotional validation, I think, for us that we would witness in those moments. But the fact that simply playing in somebody's store, having that happen like that, and them getting to witness that, like, tell me that doesn't solidify what we're doing to the people who are already fans of what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like watching magic happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. It really is.
She walked into that store, heard something, and was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
She was like, hold on, let me go get my husband. Can you
rewind it?
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I hope they work on things and things get better.
Okay, here's a good question from Kayla. Do you think it's fair for one person to try harder than another in a relationship, especially if there is a lot of past trauma done by the other party? Relationships aren't 50-50.
No.
They will never be 50-50. And if you believe they are, your relationship will fail. Sometimes our relationship is 10-90. Sometimes I don't have anything more to give than that, and sometimes you don't either.
Yeah.
And on those days, we have to shut the fuck down, close the doors, turn on the TV, and just fucking zone out.
Veg, yeah.
It's like that. That's life sometimes. I think the second part of that, especially if there's a lot of past trauma done by the other party, that's a whole different conversation. And without the real information there, we can't answer that. But that also kind of sounds like scorekeeping to me, and that's a problem as well.
Yeah. It's also an issue, though, if it's always 1090.
Yeah.
If it's been 1090 for the last 3 years.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
Randy Peach said, Chris, I listened to the podcast while I road cycle, which I know you love. And in my head, I went, ho, 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 look at me on a bicycle.
I'm such a dick to the bicycles. Not when I'm driving. I'm very respectful to them.
But in your head.
No, not even when we were driving the other day. And I can't remember where we were going, but there were cyclists in front of us. And I was like, oh, look at me. I'm on a bike.
December Snow said, for $10, thank you for the super chat. I am autistic. Speak my words. I am autistic. Speak my words is difficult as I shut down mentally. Hubby and I be married 4 years now. Feel like I'm a roommate to him. He says he doesn't see it that way. See it and that he doesn't feel like it's bad. It's very hard to read.
That sounds like a whole lot of miscommunication going on.
It really does. It sounds like there's a lack of intimacy there, and women control the intimacy in the relationship. All right. There was other things that I wanted to read over here. I'm trying to go back and forth because that one's moving at proper speed and this one is not.
All right. While you're doing that, I have a new song stuck in my head.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested, it's like a jukebox in here. Why are you looking at me like that?
I was waiting on you to say what it is so that I could read this.
Oh, I didn't know if they don't care, they don't care.
Oh.
You can go ahead and read it.
Somebody said, question, how do you deal with a partner that is vanilla and one is not? It has kind of ruined the intimacy in our relationship.
How did you guys get into a relationship?
Right. That's something that should have been known in the beginning. If you have kinks or you have needs that are not being met early on in the relationship and things are vanilla, it's not going to change. Mm-hmm. That's one of those things that's going to take a whole lot of work and a whole lot of conversation. And they may, you never know, you may get surprised and your partner may actually enjoy those other things.
Yeah.
But that's a conversation that needs to be had early on in a relationship while things are still in that obsession phase.
Right.
Because people are more apt to try things at that point than when they're not.
Right. They want to impress.
Right. Randy Peach said, Peaches noticed my last name. I love your podcast and told everyone.
Oh, is the last name Peach?
Yep. I've been trying to find the video where you guys were talking about having a low sex drive because of antidepressant. Can you point me in the right direction, please? Love your conversations. No, because there's 32 podcasts or 31 podcasts, bunch of side episodes, side pieces, individual bonus content. Like I have no idea where any of that shit is at this point. I wish I could help.
Yeah.
I would say it's within the first 10 episodes. When
I think about all of our content, it's like I'm standing in a room and I'm looking up and there's 1,000 different screens.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Harry Potter pictures and they're all moving. And I'm just spinning, looking at all of them, disoriented. I never know where anything is.
I'm going to read a super chat and then I'm going to ask questions because somebody's asking me questions. Red said, been listening to you for a while. My girlfriend has borderline from trauma and your insights have helped me a lot to be in her corner. Thank you both. I actually read something the other day that people are speculating now that everyone who has borderline personality disorder has it because of childhood trauma.
I believe that.
And for my childhood, it would make total fucking sense. The amount of abuse and shit that absolutely would make a ton of sense. Peaches, what kind of scents do you like candle wise? That was one of the questions that I was going to ask.
Candle wise, I like very earthy scents. If I could get a candle that smelled like wet dirt after rain, I would.
They call that mud.
Probably, yeah. I like the smell of fresh rain. I like the smell of linen. I like the smell of my husband when he gets out of the shower. I need to make candles.
What was your song? Somebody asked what your song was.
The song that stuck in my head?
Yep.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights.
Next time you do that, you're gonna have to do it a little bit louder because when you do your little whispers, people can barely hear you.
Good.
Zach said, including the shorts, To Be Better's main channel is almost 1,200 videos. You know, I gotta be honest. I've been thinking about the fact that we have that reaction channel, and I don't know if, like, I'm not going to delete it right now, but I don't know if that's something that we need to, like, focus on or just ignore.
Keep it in our pocket.
Yeah. Charlie said, been listening to you both on TikTok and here lately and trying to figure out a way to get my live-in boyfriend to listen as well. Super happy I found y'all. I don't want that.
Okay.
A lot of places say that it is linked to childhood trauma. Makes sense here, laughing my ass off. Somebody asked you your favorite candy. We can't have candy. We're dieting. In my psych class, my professor said BPD is caused by childhood trauma. The fact that BPD actually has all of these, like, known associations now, when 20 years ago they couldn't even diagnose it properly, blows my fucking mind.
Yeah. Do you think it's because they have a better understanding of it?
Well, I think that in the 80s, if they couldn't diagnose what was going on, they just said you had borderline because it was an easy, here you go, you have this. Mm-hmm. And then that Single White movie came out and borderline got taboo, and, like, it was one of those things, and, like, I don't know.
That was a very intense movie for me to watch.
We just got a $50 super chat with no words to it from Clinton Green.
Oh,
Clint, thank you
shit.
so much for that. Means
Thank
a lot.
you.
Really glad that I didn't say, okay, guys, we'll see you later, because that was coming.
Yeah.
And there you go. We stayed on and got a $50 super chat. I enjoy the reaction videos, but I understand that you two are very busy. I gotta be honest, it's not even that we're super, super busy anymore because the schedules got worked out and, like, we have a actual work schedule. We have the podcast completely done for the month of July. We need 2 ruminations to be done for the month of July. Mm-hmm. So we have time that we could record those reaction videos, but I would rather vlog and, like, do shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like putting attention into Patreon.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. And that's the vlog content. The people seem to be enjoying that right now. Do you guys actually enjoy the vlog content? I know some of you do. Clinton said, join the Patreon and the men's group in Discord. I'm 25 and just ended an 8.5-year relationship. I battle depression and suicidal thoughts every day. I want to be better for my future wife, whoever she is. Are you in the men's group or are you in the chapter 2 of the men's group? Because there's 2. Well, there's technically 3, but the men's group itself is just an open chat for men. Chapter 2 is the month group for July. Jordan said he loves the vlogs. Jordan, wait till you see his whiskey room, dude, in person. It's fucking off the chain. We are also in the process of reorganizing the house, and, like, you've spent a shit ton of money on the kitchen.
I have, yeah.
And we're trying to make the house better and more us. Mm-hmm. I got rid of that stupid old hutch that I had today that was where my whiskey used to be. Mm-hmm. And I really don't know what I want to do in there, but I think that might be the t-shirt area.
Yeah.
If not, the desks are going to end up in there so that we can have our living room back to the way our living room was. If we move those desks into that area, I want to get a projector and, like, a sound bar and do, like, a giant 120-inch projector on that wall because we have the room for it.
Okay.
But
I miss our old couch.
yeah, I would like to get rid of the couch too. It's so funny that you said that. We can't lay together.
I miss cuddling with you.
Here's okay, guys. Here's some relationship shit that is not being asked for. We have talked about this in the past about when you buy a couch, you should buy your furniture with intent, right? So when you go to buy furniture, you should go sit on it because you want it to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And now they make couches that's got, like, a little cubby that you can put your pew-pew in so that it's always right there. And it's
Chargers.
got cup holders and there's USB ports so that you can be on your phone 24/7. All of that destroys the intimacy in your fucking living room. The divider itself will destroy your intimacy. The cup holders will destroy your intimacy. Having those USB ports plugged into the thing so that you can stay on your phone longer than you otherwise could is going to destroy your intimacy. Having a couch that is made for you to recline in separately will destroy your intimacy. We had a couch that was like 140 inches long. It was like 18 feet. It was fucking massive.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a video of us on TikTok laying down on that couch because we could lay on it side by side. It was the size of a twin bed
Yeah.
in length, and then it had the back. It was fucking huge. And then we bought new leather furniture because that couch had been beat to piss.
Yeah, it was old.
Right. And now we can't lay together on the couch. The only way for us to sit together is if your feet are on me and I'm sitting up. We physically can't lay on that couch comfortably. So now we have to go back to the fucking furniture store and try to find furniture that fits that living room that will fit the intimacy. And I think a Chase Lounge is probably going to be the answer to that. And it might be one of those things that we just buy a Chase Lounge and lay on it versus having to get rid of the couch. But you know that back in the day, and it's not safe, but back in the day, pickup trucks used to have the bench seats in them. And now it's the same thing. They have consoles because they're not made to be intimate vehicles. They're made to be work trucks.
Right.
I really, truly miss having a bench seat because then you could sit next to me versus sitting on the other side of the truck. I want to read some comments from all of this now that we've gotten into this. People say that they love the vlogs. I know that you're working on yours, so I can't wait for you to actually get that edited and posted because people enjoy you.
Yeah, my vlog's going to be kind of long, guys. And it's kind of hectic.
Yeah. Katrina said, Whiskey Room had me drooling along with Grace. Lorraine said, is Peaches making vlogs? Haven't seen much. She is making vlogs. She just hasn't edited anything yet.
I'm trying. It's weird for me.
Yeah.
I see you having fun with it and you're enjoying it, so I'm pushing my comfort zone.
I do enjoy it.
You're inspiring me.
I try to get you involved in mine too so that people can see our life instead of just me because, I mean, let's be real, people. It's the Peaches Show. I'm the co-host, not the main star.
I don't like that.
It's just factual.
I feel like it's
like
us.
that. Yeah.
Us.
I would like to believe that it is, but according to everyone else, you are the star of the show and I need to not talk as much and just let you do things.
What?
Yeah. The plant roop is dope too. Glamourcraft said I was trying to sleep the other night and saved my my ADHD brain. Shot out walnut shelves because of the whiskey room talk. Great Wolf said I need to find you some whiskey for when I eventually come down there. I actually got my Blood Oath Pact 8 and 9.
Fucker.
Pretty excited about that. Found them both for cheaper than what you would have paid for the Pact 8 had you bought it when you found it.
I would have spent $1,500 on that thing.
I know you would have.
It was a gift.
I know.
I was super excited.
I'm glad that I was able to get both of them now, though, because I'm completely caught up.
I am stoked that you have them. I'm salty about it, but I am still very excited that you have your collection up to date.
Yeah. All right. It jumped. Let's see. I think just the open chat. I don't know what that was for. He still has a part of himself that I feel he keeps separate from our relationship that he seems to share with others, and he doesn't think that's a problem. He still has a part of himself that I feel he keeps separate from our relationship that he seems to share with others, and he doesn't seem to think that that's a problem. I mean, I got to be honest, if it's not an intimate thing, it's not a problem.
Right. I was about to say there are parts of you that I will never experience.
Right.
Yeah.
It's normal. You get different things from different relationships.
Mm-hmm.
There are sides of me that you get that no one else will ever get.
Yeah.
I enjoy literally everything y'all put out, honesty. That's a hell of a statement. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
We had a couch that had a center divider and we had to get rid of it for that very reason. I'm telling you, that shit it destroys your intimacy. We put a love seat in the whiskey room.
Mm-hmm, we did.
And there's no way for us to sit in that room and watch TV at all without being on top of each other because we're both, I'm a very wide individual. I take up a lot of room when I sit down.
I got big hips. Yeah.
So I bought a 1920s couch because one, made to last, obviously, and two, they loved intimacy back then. Jessica said we bought a couch that has a Chase lounge on one end and has a piece underneath the other side that pulls out to make a full bed. It's amazing. My husband got rid of our couch and 2 rocking chairs for us and a recliner for his mom. 100% intimacy is so difficult. However, we don't have space for a couch. We need to move. Bench seat at the drive-in theater, much better experience.
I love drive-in theaters.
I'm legit putting a bench seat in my truck for Tasha. I love that. Sounds like a perfect Peaches vlog. I prefer longer vlogs. All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't like that you just said that. We appreciate you equally. You can not appreciate that or not like it. That's just the way that it's been laid out. Just found y'all through a Facebook reel enjoying the live, and y'all are speaking nothing but truth. My wife and I have a couch with cup holders, and we hate it. The distance has never been bigger, and we hate it. I'm telling you. And you know what? That shit is designed for that exact reason. Because if you are intimate, you are not spending time on the couch.
Yeah.
If you are cuddling, eventually it's going to leave. They want you to sit on that furniture. They want to keep you engaged. They want to keep you in front of the television. So they're trying to make it a personal experience and not a relationship experience.
Mm-hmm.
Got a $10 super chat that said, from Clint, I drive truck and typically spend 10 to 18 hours driving and started listening to your videos, pods instead of music. Also started Extreme Ownership. You are saving my life. Thank you both. Clint, I know I cut off the time frame for the Chapter 2 men's group, but being that you just subscribed to Discord, if you want to look into that, message Zach in Discord and he'll fill you in on how you can do that if you want to get into that. Also, we have a list of books that you can download off the website on our book list. We do get a kickback if you buy books off of the links, just for full transparency. But do you prefer whiskey or bourbon? I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, so I'm surrounded by bourbons. I actually am a bourbon guy. I will drink whiskey, but I like my bourbons. I want to do the bourbon trail. That's one of the things that's on my bucket list of things to do, but it probably won't happen for another year or two. On what I said earlier about vanilla and not, when we got together, it didn't matter and he didn't push for things. I've asked about some things that I would be comfortable, but he wants the one thing. You're being very vague, and I got to be honest, this sounds like a conversation that needs to be had between you and your person, and if you're not comfortable doing something and he keeps pushing for it, and you're not willing to do it, you need to just tell him that.
I agree with that. My back's bothering me. I'm trying to accommodate it.
Yeah. Well, I'm wanting to get off of here in a minute anyways.
Yeah.
Jessica said, I've made it a point in the past month to have part of me touching my husband while we are on the couch, whether I am snuggled up with him or it's just a leg, a foot, something is touching. That's how we live our lives on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Lately, my feet have been going underneath your thigh because they're cold.
Yeah. Just as Des said, come do it. The Bourbon Trail is really fun. I want to do Vegas first. Once we get Vegas out of the system and we get some desert photography and get to experience that, I do want to travel more. Mm-hmm. That's so. For those of you who want to know some of the things that happen in the men's group, I prescribe conversations. I prescribe dates. I prescribe workouts for those who want it, diets, and books. And I will name a book and we all read it and then we discuss it. And the book that we're currently reading is called 4,000 Weeks. And it is a book based off of time. And it's supposed to be about time management, but it's really not. It's more about your perception of the world and your perception of time. And it is a phenomenal book. So as you guys are, what did I see that made me trigger that thought? I don't know what triggered that thought. It's gone. I don't know. Just caught up. Was about a half hour behind for ages. Where can I find your vlogs? From Jazz B. You have to be in Patreon.
Correct.
Patreon gets our vlogs. Mm-hmm. Our original vlogs, the early ones, were only on Discord, but we've moved to posting them to Patreon so that there's extra content for Patreon. Mm-hmm. We are trying really fucking hard to give you guys in Patreon more content, and we want to give you content that keeps you engaged because we get a lot of people that subscribe and then bounce.
Yeah.
And we want retention. So if you guys are in Discord or Patreon and you're thinking about leaving and the value's not there, tell us why. Send us a message on Patreon and tell us why you're canceling your shit. So we can know, is it that we're not providing the value? Did you think that you were going to get more than you did? Are we no longer entertaining? What is it that's making you feel like your subscription to our channel is no longer worth it? Because that's how we're going to improve what we're doing. It's like a suggestion card. Mm-hmm. Charlie said, I agree that's fair, but what if it's seeking emotional validation or connection instead of coming to me? I thought you said in another podcast it would be problematic, and yes, it's women. See, this is why information matters. You didn't ask that question.
I'm so confused.
This is the person that was asking about somebody giving parts of themselves to other people that's not their partner. I have a relationship with my best friend that you and I don't have. Because of the way that that question was worded earlier, that was the answer they got.
Right.
Now they're saying that what if it was an emotional, but what if it's seeking emotional validation or connection instead of coming to me? I thought you said in another podcast that that would be problematic, and yes, it's a woman.
It's cheating.
Right. So you're asking a question and then revamping the question to say what's actually going on when you should have said, my partner is giving emotional attention to a female instead of to me. Because that would have gotten you a very different answer.
Right.
You guys, be deliberate with your speech. This could be a problem in your relationship. If you're beating around the bush and pussyfooting your questions and statements, you're never going to get the answers you're wanting. Be fucking direct. It might hurt somebody's feelings, but I would rather have a really intense 10-minute conversation than an 8-hour argument where we're fucking chasing each other's conversations. Yep. Rose said, just joined your Patreon 2 minutes ago. Love you guys. Thank you for that. The support means a lot.
I actually saw that email notification.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's on my phone. Just sitting there because I haven't touched my phone in a minute. Thank you guys so much. My relationship is so much better because of you guys. We both listen to your podcast and are in a much better place now. I love that. Bourbon Trail is dope. There's also a Ren Fair that is at one end of April and June. Oh, there's a super chat. Jay Relly. Just trying to give a little love, some extra plant bucks for Peaches. Thank you for giving us your time. Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is your opinion on Dr. Jordan Peterson? My husband and I recently read his book, 12 Rules for Life. You should read his second book, 12 More Rules for Life. I'm a big fan of Jordan Peterson.
I'm kind of obsessed with him, yeah.
When people have an issue with him and try to claim him racist and like have all the nonsense that they say about him, it's because they're not paying attention to what he's actually talking about. He's about, being able to be who you are and fucking standing up for what you believe in. I'm a big fan of that dude.
Me too.
Samantha said, working on an email for y'all to explain how much y'all have helped my relationship and mental health. So thank you for that. Can't wait to see that. I saw a TikTok of someone playing the bagpipes and it made me think of you, Peaches.
In my dreams.
Yeah. Jordan Peterson is coming out with a new book. We who wrestle with God. I can't wait. He found faith. Jordan Peterson's a Christian now.
Really? Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's 9:00. I gotta be honest, I didn't want to do this tonight and then sat down in here and the computer wasn't working the way the computer was supposed to be working and I got super frustrated and we managed to get on and do this, but I am fucking done. I don't want to be in here any longer. So with that being said, is there anything you would like to add before I just say goodbye?
No.
Okay. We will see you guys on the next one.
Good night, guys.